Do you remember the way that you learned how to ride the bike? Now, you might have been one of those really athletic people who got on and rode it the first time. As for me, I had a lot of scratches by the time I finally got to the point where I could stay upright. It's the way we learn things of significance as well. We don't learn things the first time. We're not perfect on our first execution of something that we're trying to do. There's a process that precedes perfection. And perfect practice makes perfect. It's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice makes perfect. And what I mean by perfect practice is when you have an event and it doesn't go the way you want, rather than tightening up, rather than cursing under your breath, there's only one thing that makes sense, and that's to say, how fascinating. What can I learn from this? And now I'd like to introduce someone who has learned how to say, how fascinating, and who has accomplished incredible things.
I'm Mick Lunzer, world champion juggler. I'm in the entertainment business. I practice all the time. Sometimes at the gym, but mostly at a circus school. These things are called Diablos. They're kind of like giant yo-yos that aren't attached to the string. The hardest thing I've ever tried to learn in 20 years of juggling is to do 3 of these things. Either high in the air like this, or low on the string like this. When I was trying to learn these tricks, I recorded my practices to see what mistakes I was making. There's a lot that can go wrong. You know, they say nothing worthwhile is easy. Seriously, I didn't even know if this was worthwhile. When something does go wrong, it's real easy to get frustrated. For cats, there's a different way of dealing with a problem or a breakdown. We say, how fascinating. What can I learn from this? But without the ability to say, how fascinating, I don't think I'd ever be able to do either of these tricks.
Think of the finest cellist you've ever heard. Think of what it takes to play a trombone well. Think what it takes to write a book at the way that you really see it in your mind's eye. I know about that. You know, it takes a long time. People ask me about writing, I say, you know, if you want to write, what you do is write. And you may have to do an awful lot of it before anything comes out that makes any sense. That's the way of the world. Now, what's at work there? What's at work there is that each and every one of those trials makes a kind of a contribution to the outcome. And to look at them as failures would be to misunderstand that each of them is a part of the process of building to success. And so Mick had a lot of failures. And some of the times he said, how fascinating, with a smile on his face. And some of the time he said, how fascinating, with not necessarily a smile. But what he understood is that persistence was what was important, and getting up and trying again. And that success is a part of the learning process that requires mistakes. So make your mistakes. You may enjoy them, you may not enjoy them, but I guarantee you one thing, you'll enjoy the outcome.